Good morning. Today I'm going to show you how to do the assignment of creating a PowerPoint, not a PowerPoint, an Excel spreadsheet for your budget. So what I've done here is following the instructions. I've opened an Excel spreadsheet. That's what this looks like here on the left. And right alongside it on the same screen, I've also got the Teams assignment with the instructions. And we're going to go through the instructions and do them simultaneously on the Excel spreadsheet. All right, so the first thing we're supposed to do is open the spreadsheet, which we have done, and we're going to create our budget. And we'll be using columns A, B, C, and D. These columns are the ones that go up and down. So this is all column A, this is all column B, this is all column C and D. And similarly, you have rows. This is row 1. It goes left to right, 2 all the way down. I believe we're going up to row 13. So when it says that we're doing assignments or putting in input in rows, they go across and columns go up and down. Now the first thing we're supposed to do is label our columns. So column A is going to be the bill. So in A1, this very first cell, we're going to write bill or bills. Once that's in there, we're going to go to B1. And this is going to be titled expected. This is how much we expect each of the bills to cost. In C1, this whole column, this will be the actual. So if we say at the beginning of the month, we're creating our budget, and this whole column here will be what we expect these bills to cost. And then at the end of the month, we expect the actual cost of the bills. So once we've gone back and looked at our receipts, checked our bills online, this is how much they will actually cost. And then column D will be the difference between the two. So we'll know whether or not we were accurate. Now you'll see that the word difference doesn't really fit in this box. So we're going to make this whole column bigger. So you see where my cursor is. We just move it here in between the D and the E, and we'll see the little expand icon there. We just drag it to the right to make that whole column bigger. And one thing we can do just for aesthetics is highlight the whole row and make it center aligned. So we'll come down here to center. So all of that looks aesthetically pleasing. Now you'll notice over here, I've listed some bills for you to put in column B. And those bills include, where are they here? There they are. In any order: rent, car, entertainment, food, utilities, phone, clothing, insurance, credit card, and savings. I'm going to put them in the same order, and I'm going to do that and pause the video. I'll be right back. Okay, so here we see I've put in the bills in the order that they were in the assignment. You can do it however you like. I just wanted to make sure I had savings in this very last box here because that is one of the last things I put in. But you'll notice the word entertainment doesn't really fit in the box. So I'm going to expand column A the same way I expanded the other column just to make it fit. There we go. So now we put in some numbers. What do we expect our rent to be? Now the rent is going to be the same every month unless you have a landlord who's a jerk. So we're going to say our rent is $500. Good. Car. Again, this will be another bill that will be the same every month, so we'll say $375. Entertainment. This will be a number that changes every month because our entertainment needs are different. Sometimes we go to the movies a lot, like during the summer, and other times, like during the fall, there aren't very many new movies coming out. So we'll say this month our entertainment bill will be about $100. You never know. Food, another bill that changes from month to month. We're going to cook at home a lot, but we're still going to be using about $400, but that's an estimate. Utilities, that will be a bill that also changes depending on your water and electricity usage. So we'll say 250. Phone, that's usually pretty standard, so we'll say 45. Maybe we're getting some help with that. Clothing will change every month, probably. So this month I'm only going to buy $75 worth of clothes. Insurance will be a bill that stays the same. So we'll say $75 every month, no matter what. Credit card will change every month. We'll say $600 for the credit card. And savings, we're going to wait because whatever we have left over, we're going to put into savings if there is anything left over. Now, one of the things that I would have done, I forgot to do this before. This column for you is probably not showing up as dollars. So I highlighted the whole column, and then I come up where it says number, and I click that dollar sign so that these all show up as dollar amounts. And I did the same thing for C and D because we're dealing with money. So it's going to look like dollar signs. All right. Now the actual, we know rent is actually $500 every month. Cars, $375 every month. Entertainment, we have dollar or pound signs, so we're going to expand this. That just means that the numbers are too big to appear in that column, so we're going to expand the column so that the money fits. Entertainment, this month we spent a bit more. We got invited to a movie that we weren't expecting, so we're going to say it was $122.50. So we spent a little bit extra. Food, because we went to the movies, we bought popcorn. We also spent more on food, so it was about $445.85. We can check all this because, once you get older, you have a bank account and you can check all of these numbers online. All the banks nowadays, you can check every cent that you've spent online, including what you spend at the movies and at the grocery store. Utilities, because we were gone so much having fun, we used fewer utilities, so we're going to say that was only $212.83. Phone, standard $45. That doesn't really change a whole lot. Clothing, we only spent $60. We're being very good about buying clothing. Insurance stayed the same this month, $75. We don't know how much we have left. We're expecting, it's going to be about $600, so $590.45. That's what we put on the credit cards. We want to pay it off every month. And we don't know what we're putting in savings yet. But we need to figure out what the difference is. What's the difference between this and this? Well, we know that's going to be zero, but for all of these, we don't want to have to do the math. So what we're going to do is we're going to format all of these cells so that it does the math for us. So to format it, you click the equal sign and then the cell. So in this case, B2, this cell right here, minus B3. C2 rather, C2. And you can tell that they're highlighted. So we're doing this cell minus this cell is going to give us the difference. So once you have those letter number combinations, you hit enter and you see it comes up as 0. And we're going to do that for all of these columns. And we're going to see that on other columns, it's not an equal number. So we're going to do B4 we know it's B and 4 minus C 4. And enter. We spent $22.50 extra on entertainment. We know it's a negative because it's in parentheses. So I'm going to pause while I do that equation on all of these to find out what my totals are. Be right back.